As a photographer, filmmaker and publisher, I've always been passionate about new talent, right across the board from music to cinema. I've had the pleasure of capturing many of the most recognisable faces in film, from Daniel Craig to Emma Watson, and I've learned huge amounts from working with some of the industry's best talent, such as Terry Gilliam and the very famous director of photography, John de Bournemouth. It was because I see the importance of nurturing new talent that I launched Collaborate. We felt the best stories could come from the least likely places, and so opened it up to everyone and anyone from the UK and Ireland. We received over 1,300 submissions from people of all different backgrounds. At the heart of it, we want to collaborate to provide opportunities for new talent to work with established professionals. I'm very proud to now be presenting the 8 films that we selected for production. The 2 films tonight couldn't be more different. Firstly, we have Cold Comfort, written by Chris Stewart and directed by Robert McKillop. The amalgamation of realism and the fantastical create a unique fusion, whilst the film showcases new talent across the spectrum, from lead actors to the team behind the visual effects.
Can you come home? Tonight without door. Can't you see me another night? Like that. No, it was. No, it was nice. He was nice. It's not. Hello? You okay? Hello, Angel. What you want? One hand's full of heart.
What are you doing? I thought we were having fun, but that's so quick. Well, you should have got myself fired up.
Leave me alone.
No. Listen, I do a lot better than you know. All the time. I don't want to play silly little games. You want to feel good. Don't you want to feel good? What is wrong with you? What? Shut up.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Shut up.
Do you know what the fuck you are? Do you know what the fuck?
What?
You are a fucking bitch.
What?
You are.
Who else wants you? Eh? Exactly. Does it feel like it, huh?
Do you mind if I squeeze in close? You're so lovely and warm.
That was Cold Comfort, and I'm joined by the filmmakers Robert McKillop, who's a director, and Chris Stewart, who's a writer.
Hi.
Welcome. So I'm going to start with Chris because I think it's interesting. You are the perfect person to collaborate because you've never worked in film before, and that's what we were always looking for, someone that hadn't worked in film. So tell us, how did you hear about the project and how did you come up with the script?
Well, in terms of hearing about Collaborate, I think there was just a general thing started popping up all over the websites and the blogs and Twitter. I always kind of got an eye out for opportunities, and this was something that came out. It was really appealing because it's such an open brief, and the promise at the end of it of getting a film made, getting a load of experience was just really appealing. In terms of the idea for the story, I don't know if you've spent much time hanging around at bus stops. But
I did as a kid, yeah. When I was a kid,
exactly,
there was nothing else to do apart from hang around at bus stops.
Yeah.
I've got a funny story about me dancing at a bus stop and people driving past once on the way to youth club, and they were all taking the mickey out of me because I was like dancing at a bus stop on my own, not realising they were driving past.
You're the kind of person that people are generally trying to avoid, I think, at the bus stop. So
Carry on.
it's mainly the times I think that you're on your own at a bus stop. You're feeling a bit cold. You're feeling a bit exposed. You don't know how long you're going to be there for. You can, if there's anyone you don't want to see, you can bet your bottom dollar that they're going to turn up at that moment. And I think on one occasion that I was waiting maybe for a night bus, it just popped into my head. What kind of thing would you be if you lived in a place like that? If this is where you kind of originated from?
And Robbie, how did you get involved in the project?
Well, as a director, I'm always on the lookout for working with new writers, and especially finding writers that are writing something that's very original. So I knew that Collaborate was, coming back to my agent and informing me about it, and I thought, right, fantastic, I'll see if there's any, scripts that are there from new writers that I can have a look at. And it just so happened that Cole Comfort was looking for a director. You tend to read quite a lot of scripts that are quite derivative. And the thing about this was it was entirely unique. I'd never read a script about a girl who's waiting at a bus shelter, and a tentacle comes out and, comforts her. I mean, that's a very, very original idea. And also at the heart of that was a very interesting drama. So that was what was really compelling about it for me, was obviously Chris had found something that was very unique.
Now, how did you guys work together on it? Were you on set all the time? Did you get involved in the casting?
This is the first work that I've had produced. And I'm really hungry. I work full time in an industry that is not connected with filmmaking at all. So
what do you do?
I'm a business analyst.
I think you're officially a writer now.
Well, the challenge these days is to try and combine the two things, isn't it? I think if you want to move from one industry to another, you've got to somehow be able to accommodate the two for a while. I mean, you're a man who does more than got one.
I don't accommodate anything. I try. If I tried, I think I'd probably go a bit mental. But yeah, no, you seem to be doing a good job of it. And how was the experience? What was it like? Did you go?
Yeah, I came down to check the set out. Everyone warned me in advance that being on a film set as a writer is probably the most boring experience you can have. But it was a combination of an incredibly exciting day for me, because it was the first opportunity to see something that I've written performed by the actors and filmed, and it's really exciting, and it's surprising. It can be a bit shocking as well.
Tell us about casting the lead character. She's obviously quite a young actress, but she really, really holds the screen brilliantly. And how did you find her?
Well, about 4 years ago, I was watching television, and she was on something very late at night called Becoming Human, and it was a very small part. She must have been about maybe 16 or something in it at the time. But she had this incredible strength on screen, which I hadn't really seen before from a young actress. So she really stuck in my mind. And I've been trying to get her in some things for a while. I was really hoping she was going to be the one, and she came in, I think it was maybe third last, and she just blew us away, because we did an improvisation in the audition, and the way she could handle the changes and the vulnerability she felt, but also the strength of trying to deal with things she was going through, was really, really, really moving. So I knew that she was just 100% the perfect character for it.
What I think is amazing about her is that she can be saying absolutely nothing, but somehow saying so much.
Yeah.
Especially in the close-ups, you're like, wow, this girl is like, she's got something really incredible about her. And I think what's great is the balance of like a naturalism that you feel when you're watching it, with this kind of strangeness as well. Because I mean, especially Lila, I think naturalistically she's so exciting to watch.
And Paul as well, Nico playing Paul was incredibly natural as well, incredibly. Yeah, I think the thing that I'm always trying to make a film about is taking something which is very, very natural and really, really powerful performances, and then clashing it with something which is maybe slightly heightened, and taking a very cinematic approach to something. And when you smash those two things together or clash them together, there's sparks that come out.
Juxtaposition.
Yeah, exactly. Out of the juxtaposition, there's sparks that come out of that, and that's the things I'm always trying to capture in the film that I'm making.
I remember when we first met and you were talking about how the Cold Comfort game was going to be to try and hit as many different, take your audience on kind of a journey of emotions and try and hit as many emotional points as you can. And within the space of 10, 15 minutes, how many of those can you hit? And how successfully can you lead people through that and lead them at the end feeling like they've really been on that journey?
Yeah, they've changed, because you're making a film about characters, they change. And you'd hope that the audience who watches the film change as they're watching that, that they go somewhere, they've learned something, they've discovered something. or being in an emotional place that they haven't been for a while or whatever. You're always looking to try and get a sense of change in the film.
Brilliant. Well, thank you so much, and congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Join me.